Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Today, I'm going to give some risk factors due to our health conditions that may result in fall. Falling can be due to a combination of one or more risk factors. For example, if our health condition results in some balancing problem and combined with a slippery floor, may result in falls. Some of these health risk factors are actually interrelated. The first one I'm going to talk about is diabetes. Diabetes is a condition that sugar in our blood is excessive. Sugar is supplying energy to our cells and need insulin to be able to enter and supply energy to our body cells. Lack of insulin or our body has resistance to insulin will result in blood sugar unable to leave our bloodstream and result in diabetic condition. Healthy fasting blood sugar level should be between 4 to 6 millimole per liter. Pre-diabetic will be between the 6 to 7 millimole per liter, and anything above the 7 millimole per liter, will be considered as diabetic. If uncontrolled, it will lead to many complications, including nerve damage. Our feet are furthest from our heart, and nerve damage can easily start from our feet area, where we do not have any feeling even if we have foot ulcers. As a result, in Singapore public hospitals, there are on average 4 amputations per day, which adds up to more than 1,004 amputations per year because of uncontrolled diabetes. When we have numbness at our foot, it will become a risk factor for falling. A diabetic person under medication may also have condition called hypoglycemia, which the sugar level is too low. And normally, if it is below the 3.9 millimole per liter, it is considered, the sugar level too low. And this can cause a person to faint and fall. Usually, people with diabetes may carry a candy in his pocket, and if he feels unwell and likely to faint, can take the candy and immediately to raise the blood sugar level. Secondly, I'm going to talk about arthritis. Arthritis is the tenderness and inflammation of our joints. There are over 100 different types of arthritis, but the most common are the osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. Osteoarthritis is due to cartilage damage or degeneration. Cartilage acts as a cushion for our joints, which may degenerate due to aging or overuse. And the cartilage can lose the cushioning effect. This may cause inflammation at our joints. Rheumatoid arthritis is due to our autoimmune problem, as our immune system erroneously attacks our joints and cause inflammation. Autoimmune problem issue will happen also at young age. Next one I'm going to talk about is Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's disease is a nerve issue that our muscles are out of our control. It is believed that lack of dopamine is the cause. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter chemical that is generated in our brain to let us feel rewarded and happy. However, too much dopamine may result in Sarcopenia, which is a mental disorder, and too little dopamine may result in Parkinson's disease. Next is eye problem, which we shall talk in more details in the next slide. If we cannot see well, it will contribute to as a risk factor and may cause fall. Gout is another common arthritis that is the result of too high uric acid level, and the excess uric acid will crystallize at our joint area and cause inflammation and pain. Sarcopenia is a loss of muscle mass. When we reach the age of 30, our muscle mass will naturally decrease by 3 to 5% every 10 years. If we do not exercise and have sufficient protein intake, our muscle mass will lose much faster. For women aged between 56 to 75, needs muscle mass of 27 to 30%, and men will need more. Men of the same age, will need about 32 to 35% of muscle mass. When we exercise, we are causing trauma to our muscle. Our body will require protein to help to repair and grow new muscles. Even, if we exercise, our muscle mass will gradually reduce, but at a much lower rate. Untreated sarcopenia and osteoporosis may increase the risk of fall and fracture. Inner ear helps us to maintain balance, and if we have inner ear inflammation, it may result in vertigo and contributes to fall. Cardiovascular disease. This relates to heart problem, and a sudden cardiac arrest can cause the person to immediately lose consciousness and fall. Peripheral neuropathy. This includes our entire nerve system apart from our brain and spinal cord. It may be related to untreated diabetic condition, and it can also be a nerve problem unrelated to diabetes. If nerves are damaged, it will impair our muscle movement and reduce our sensation in arms and legs. And this will hinder balance and predispose us to fall. Low blood pressure. A sudden fall in blood pressure can cause dizziness and fainting. If you get up from the bed and immediately stand up, our blood pressure can easily reduce by 20. and this may get one to feel dizzy and may fall. Dementia. Most common dementia are vascular dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Vascular dementia mainly due to stroke, and Alzheimer's disease is a slow degeneration of our brain cells, believed to start at hippocampus area of our temporal lobe. Our temporal lobe is the portion of our brain behind our ears. And the main use of the temporal lobe is actually converting the frequencies that we receive from our ears and transmit them as the audible and sensible sounds to our brain. People with dementia has impaired cognitive function and sometimes confusion, and this may contribute to fall risks. Last but not least is stroke. Stroke is a sudden stop of supply of oxygen and nutrient to our brain cells, either due to a blockage or bursting of blood vessels in our brain, and causing the brain cell to die. Damage to brain cells is not reversible and may result in vascular dementia and impair cognitive functions. After stroke, people may lose control of either or both limbs, and is contributing risk factor for fall. Remember, FAST. F stands for our face. If we have a sudden droop in our face muscle, A, refers to our arm. If we have difficulty in raising our arms, S stands for speech. If we have speech impairment, we need to immediately call the ambulance, as we might be experiencing a stroke. And the first 2 hours is the golden period for stroke recovery. Next, we're going to talk about conditions affecting our eye. The first is, age-related macular disease. Macula is a section of our retina, a center of retina that, is responsible to get the details of our vision and is the center part of our vision. If we have macular disease, our center part of our vision will be lost. Okay, and when we see, when we see somebody, we can see his body and maybe his head we cannot see. Glaucoma is a condition that the center vision we can see, but the side vision is all black. Glaucoma is mainly due to too high eye pressure. Our normal eye pressure should be below 21 cm of mercury. And if we have eye pressure consistently, above the 21, it might damage our eye nerve cells and cause the problem of glaucoma. In our eyeball, we generate liquids normally, and this liquid will drain out automatically. But if the drain is clogged, like I was saying, the drain is clogged and all the water cannot flow out. And this will cause, too high eye pressure. And if it is discovered early, the eye doctor can actually use a laser to clear the drain for us. So annual checkup of eyes is very important. Next is cataract. Cataract is due to the lens of our eye, become cloudy, because the inside the lens there are actually a lot of protein, and when our vision is good, the protein is actually clear. And because of age or because of the effect of ultraviolet light, this protein will become insoluble and come out as suspensions in the lens. But cataract right now, doctors can usually replace our lens with a mimic lens, and it can actually also correct our short-sightedness or long-sightedness. Next is due to uncontrolled diabetics. As we know, diabetics can affect our nerve, plus it will grow unnecessary blood vessels. And these blood vessels, if they are grown in the retina area, until they start to bleed. And this bleeding is going to damage the retina cell, and it is also not reversible. So it is very important that if we have diabetic, the diabetic condition should be under control. Conditions that might be affecting our muscles and bones. For example, back pain. We talked about osteoporosis just now. Our bones will become weak and more likely to break. And we also talk about sarcopenia with aging, loss of muscle mass due to aging. Below are two pictures. On the left-hand side is actually a strong bone, and the right-hand side is bone that has got osteoporosis. You can see those cavities are much larger, and strong bones, is much smaller area. Next, the medicine that we take, may also cause dizziness. And these, for example, antibiotics, blood pressure medicines used to treat depression or anxiety, pain medicines used to treat cancer, and these are chemotherapy medicines. If we encounter side effects of these medicines and you feel dizzy or lost balance, you have to let the doctor know. The doctor may prescribe other medicines which would improve the condition. Unsafe living space. Let's see what's wrong with this picture. You can unmute yourself and give the answer if anybody wanted to give an answer.
bad wiring.
Wiring is high, so it might not contribute to fall here.
Too close to the,
Yeah, wiring is too close to the stove. Dangerous.
Yeah. Anything else?
The wood cabinet can cause fire.
Wood cabinet. If it is open fire, it might be, but this one, as you see, is actually the electric stove, which doesn't have the open fire. Are the cabinets too high?
Yes.
Yes, too high
Yes, correct.
for the elderly.
And what's wrong with this?
It's slippery. The floor, they should use a proper non-slip mat instead of a cloth.
Yes,
And the
very good.
stool is
Anything
dangerous.
else?
Stool is not strong to stand on. It may slip.
Okay, anything else?
The stool is not safe to stand on.
Yes, correct. But anything else?
Inside the wall, there's a piece of plastic that is not kept away properly. It's hanging at the side,
Yeah.
not stable. So it may fall anytime on somebody.
What about the lighting? What about the lighting? Is it bright enough?
No, it's too dim.
Too dim.
Too
dim.
dark, right? Yeah.
Dim.
Okay,
Lighting
let's
too
see the answer. The stove shelves are too high. You have got it right. The low unstable stool and the floor carpets can easily slip and insufficient illumination. Well done. How about this?
Oh, dangerous. The wires on the floor.
The wire on the floor, yes. Anything
People might
else?
trip over the wire.
Yes, very good. What about the newspaper? What about the
Step on it and slip.
Yeah.
Slip.
Step on newspaper and slip. The floor mat is still there.
What about this shower room? Any issues?
The what?
This is the toilet area. Any problems?
The pills are blocking the entrance.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
Cause an obstacle on the.
Yeah. Anything else?
The mop shouldn't be on the floor. The mop should be hung up.
Different levels.
The stool is too low.
Yeah.
And the basin shouldn't be there with wet water. Yeah.
Yes. Very good. Loose electrical cables, you talk about it. Floor mat easily slip, newspaper on the floor, and also the back is blocking the way. Unstable loose stool, floor mat blocks the way, plastic containers blocking. Very good.
Yeah.
Now we talk about 8 ways to prevent falls at home. The first is clear up clutter. Second is repair or remove tripping hazards. Some of our homes, might have loose tiles, and some might have loose, parquets, and these are tripping hazards. So we need to repair them. Install grab bars and handrails, especially for the seniors. Avoid wearing loose clothing. Wear good fitting non-slip shoes. Use rubber non-slip mats. Have sufficient lighting at all parts of our house. And try to leave a house that doesn't have internal stairs. But if you are young, it's still okay, but this is only for seniors, okay? How about outside? You see these covers, on the road? They are actually quite slippery, when wet. And these steps without any handrails, and also the steps are uneven, some higher and some lower. And we could easily, lose our balance if we don't pay attention. And these are the damaged walkways.
Handrails.
Yes, handrails.
They should have. Yeah.
Okay, how to prevent falls when you're outside? Be careful and aware of your surroundings and fix blind spots. And we can also, boost our balance, making use of walking aids if needed. How to prevent injuries during falls? Sometimes falls are inevitable, but how to prevent any injuries? What you should do when you fall. First step is stay bent. The moment you sense you have lost your balance, get ready to fall with bent elbows and knees. Don't try to push your hand, to the floor. Bend your elbows and have some give-ins to your arms and to soften impact. Protect your head. If you're falling forward, be sure to turn your face to the side or tuck your chin to your chest. And this will prevent us, to have head injuries. Avoid landing on bones and joints. Try to land on muscles in your back and butt or thighs. Keep falling. It is safer to keep rolling. The more you give in to the fall, the safer it will be. Now, have you ever heard about this program by HPB called Rolling Good Times? And during in this program, you'll be taught about some strength exercise to boost your muscles, and also teach you how to fall, how to chin tuck, and how to fall, how to lie on our butts and muscles. You see this skeleton. Do you know how many bones we have for human beings? We have 206 bones for adults. For when a baby is born, the baby could have about 300 bones. And some of these bones will actually, merge together. And when we are adults, it's 206. Have you ever heard about Adam and Eve? When God made, the Adam and Eve, they remove a rib from Adam and make Eve. So does it mean that the Adam will have one less bone than Eve? Is it true or is it not true?
True.
It is not true. Both men and women have 206 bones. Okay. And bones will store calcium, provide structure, protect our organs, and anchoring our muscles. So in order to have strong bones, we have to consume more calcium-rich food plus what vitamin? Can somebody tell me?
Sorry, you say baby got how many bones? 300.
300.
Why is it more than the adult?
They actually, some of the bones, when we grow up, they merge together.
Oh. Only when it grow up, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and grown up human has 206. Okay, we need to consume calcium-rich food plus, vitamin D. Vitamin D, you can get by exposing your skin to the sun, right? But there are a lot of seniors who are unable to get vitamin D that way. One of the easy way that one professor has done is they buy mushrooms and put the mushroom with the grill part up facing the sun and put it in the sun for about 6 hours. And the mushroom will actually, after the 6 hours, we have, 40,000 IUs of vitamin D per 100 gram. And we need only about, 800 IU per day. So this is a good way to be able to get vitamin D without exposing yourself.
Mushroom is it?
Mushroom.
Tongku.
Tongku, but not the dry one. You buy the fresh one, and then you can either slice it and have the grill part facing the sun.
Okay.
And he has also found out that after exposing to the sun, the vitamin D will stay in the mushroom for over a year without great changes. And next one is do physical activities at least 3 times a week. Avoid smoking, excessive alcohol, and also excessive caffeine intake. Okay, now the next will be exercise time.